Yeah, yeah. I'm living my best life. Made a couple M's, you know. Said I'm living my best life. Said I'm living my best life.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to my channel, Random Opinions, Reaction, and Reviews. If you don't know who I am by now, you gotta get with the program. Today, I'm coming to do a review on the episode that aired yesterday on General Hospitals. Yesterday's date was July 19th, I believe. Before we get into that, I just want to fill you guys in. So, I've had a lot going on. My daughter's birthday was this week. We was doing things for her every day, and I actually did a lot of videotaping and stuff, so I will be uploading those videos soon. Also, your girl has to take the NCLEX July 26th. That's this Friday, you guys. I am out of my mind. I don't know whether I'm coming or going. My hands are sweaty. I'm nervous. I'm ready to get this out of the way so that I can move on with the next step. I'm really ready to become a nurse. I'm like, what if I don't pass? But I don't like to think that way. Deep down inside, you guys, I know that I'm going to pass. It's just you always have that negative, the devil on your shoulder and, God in the other ear. So without further ado, we're going to go ahead and get into this review. I'm going to start off with the scenes between Jordan and Curtis. Now, I just don't understand what Jordan thought she was going to accomplish by going to see Ryan in Pentonville. And Jordan, she just does, she wants closure, I guess, maybe. But Ryan, come on now, Jordan. Ryan is a serial killer. He's a psychopath, a master manipulator. I don't know what kind of closure you thought you were going to be able to get. And Curtis just has her back 100%. He's there. He's going to rock whichever way she chooses to rock. If she says jump, he's going to jump. Just because he's a good husband, he wants to make sure she is okay. He just has her back 100%. And Ryan basically tells her, look, she comes to thank him for the kidney, even though she know he didn't willingly give his kidney away. And he says, you already know that I didn't willingly give my kidney away. And he says something to the effects of, you can't let a crime go unsolved, basically. Well, you already know what happened. And he's just taunting her. And then he even starts to taunt Curtis. And Curtis is like, look, man, he's willing to go up against this guy. If it means that his wife lived, he do not care. So Ryan taunts the both of them, and he even kind of makes a threat. It says, you know what, Curtis, like, let's see if your wife is the real Bonnie to your Clyde, or something to that effect. And I just was thinking, you know what, she's never been known for her loyalties. You know what I'm saying? Because she was in a whole relationship with Sean, and she locked this man up and threw away the key. And then, we as viewers know that Sean went down for shooting Hayden in the head, but really it was Nicholas. So, and I even think at one point, I could be wrong, don't quote me on that, but I think at one point they found out who did it, and nobody ever came forth to say Sean didn't do this. So Sean is still rotting away in jail while Jordan is living her, I guess to say, best life. So I hope that she will never, try to switch up on Curtis, because Curtis has done nothing but be a good man to her and love her. That's all I'm saying about that. They get to talking, and Curtis doesn't want Jordan to have survivor's remorse or anything like that, because he feels like she rightfully deserves that kidney. She deserves it more than Ryan, and Ryan even taunts Jordan by even saying, look, you have a piece of me in you. you know and Jordan was already worried about that anyway, and Curtis is just comforting her and telling her, look, it don't matter what that man say, don't listen to it, because he's just trying to get in your head. Frizz, Franco and Elizabeth, and her kids, all three of them actually were in the scene today. Yay. So it's Cameron's birthday. He's baked a lot of cakes for his birthday, you guys. Those cakes looked exceptional. They looked very good. We have a bunch of people that show up for Aiden's birthday. Hayden, Charlotte, Nina, Lulu, Laura. Am I missing anybody? Yeah. So, oh, even Willow Tate and Chase too. So we had a lot of people that showed up today for Aiden's birthday. They played a bunch of games. They even had a pinata that Charlotte broke open. Hayden bought Aiden robot, and he really didn't really too much play with it, and she knew that he kind of didn't like it, but Charlotte was able to show Hayden what to do with it. Aiden, he likes to bake, so we even had like a brief scene with Hayden and Nina, and Hayden tries to give Nina a little small talk, basically saying nothing but good things about Charlotte, and Nina already knows this. And then Hayden goes a step further and says, you know what, I've heard a lot of things about you and Crimson. And Nina is like, funny, I haven't heard anything about you, and walks away and leaves Hayden standing there. So I don't know where the writers are going to go with this storyline, but like I said, it definitely has something to do with the Cassadine fortune. So we'll see what happens from there. We even have a moment with Willow and Nina, you guys. This scene, I was like, Nina, definitely she gets kudos from me. She was the bigger person. She came and she apologized. It was very remorseful, and she meant it, you know, for her part in having something to do with Shiloh finding out that Wiley was his son. You know, Willow lets her know what's done is done. You know, we can't take back that. But it all worked out in the end. We have brief scenes between Lulu and Charlotte. Charlotte lets Lulu know that she misses Dante. She missed when they all could be a family again. And that just hurt Lulu even more, you guys. So she's leaning and, you know, talking to Laura, and Laura's telling her things that her mother would tell her. And then she gets served with divorce papers. I'm like, finally. You know, I'm not happy that Dante is divorcing Lulu. But if Dante is not going to be seen on screen, we need to move her on, because every scene is just her talking about Dante. She needs an actual storyline. You know, she needs to get out there and be able to move on with her life if Dante is not going to come back, you know. And who knows, they might get back together in the future. We don't know what the writers are going to do with Dante, whether he's going to be recasted or if he's going to be gone permanently, or if they'll even kill him off at one point. We don't know. But I'm just happy now that we can start trying to move Lulu forward and stop having her talk about Dante every episode. Like, it's the same old lingo, and it's getting very boring and tiring. So she definitely needs another storyline, something that's going to keep us interested in her. Chase shows up to Aiden's birthday party, and Willow is happy. She feels like she's making progress. Everything is going good in her life. She's seeing her mother. Her mother is doing good. Her mother knows her wrongs and the mistakes that she's made. You know, Wiley is safe. And then on top of that, Nina apologized to her out of nowhere. She's like, what can possibly go wrong? And then Chase hits her with the fact that Shiloh has posted bond, you guys. Yes, I said it. He posted bond. Now, I was trying to figure out, how did this man post bond? But who did we have? Stupid little bitty Daisy posted his bond and used her whole freaking trust fund to do it. I say, this girl is dumber than a box of rocks. This girl is crazier than a Bessie bug, as my mother likes to say. This girl, I can go in on this girl forever. She ain't learned. Everybody else walking away, finding their truth, seeing Shiloh for who he is. Even Harmony, the right-hand man, has said, hey, I was wrong. I am not blinded any longer. No, not Daisy. Daisy is continuing to ride this man's coattail. And that's what's so sad. She used her last to get this man out, and he's still asking her for favors. Oh, we got to figure out a way to get beyond this. We got to figure out a way to get me out of this situation. We got to figure out a way to da-da-da-da-da. And she's like, look, Shiloh, there's no more money I can give you. I put my full trust fund up for your bail. My parents have basically disowned me after they found out I did this. Like, there's no more money. Freaking DOD, their funds are frozen. You know, like, there's nothing I can do. And Shiloh, like, you guys, he is continuing to work this girl. Like, it is so sad. Drew and Jason, these were lovely scenes. I will say that. I know everybody, there's this rumor going around that freaking Billy Miller may be leaving General Hospital. I don't know if it was actually confirmed, but people are happy. And me, I'm just like, you know what? I'm happy that they can get scenes with Jason and Drew. You know, we've been waiting for this dynamic duo to get together and be brothers and finally, you know, accept what happened. And they're seeming like they're trying to do that for Oscar's in his name, you know, for his legacy, because Oscar wanted them to be brothers. You know, they're working on the tree house, and we don't get to see those scenes. I really wish we could see those scenes just to see them be able to bond. But we got today where they were in the floating rib. They, you know, drank a beer together. They ate food. They talked about Oscar and this whole mess with the shares and how Oscar may have been manipulated. And Drew is just like, he's pissed when it comes to Shiloh and how he feels like Shiloh has tainted his son's legacy, you know. But they're trying to figure out what in Drew's past does Drew know on Shiloh, you know. So they're talking about that. I'm just happy that these guys can have a civil conversation. That's all I'm saying. We have scenes with Kristina and Sonny. Sonny is proud of Kristina for the way she stood up for herself and against Shiloh. And she's letting him know, you know what, pretty much this is the new her. She's living in her truth. She's not trying to get manipulated ever again. She knows that her family loves her. They pretty much talk more about Shiloh. And then freaking Shiloh shows up to Charlie's. And Kristina is pissed, and rightfully so. She has every bit of right to be pissed that this man showed up in the bar, basically, and comes right to her and starts talking about how he's sorry, you know, and how he wants to make things right. But really, he's just trying to use Kristina, basically, because he knows they don't have any more money, so he's looking for whoever he can in order to be able to get money from them so they can fund his lawyers and whatever other fees he needs paid. But Kristina was not going. That's what he get. Like, he's coming down, you guys. I'm telling you, this man is coming down, and I am here for it because I'm tired of him. I'm so sick of him. Like, ugh. The writers, they need to kill him off. And they bet not do what they've tried to do with Franco and redeem this dude. Like, he's crossed too many paths. He's made too many people mad. He needs to leave. We don't want to see Hank no more. You know, we don't want you guys to redeem him. None of that. I'm done with him. Done. Like, after this, Kristina does not fall for it. And then Sonny shows up. And Sonny basically is like, look, Kristina, you have nothing to worry about. This is a cockroach. And he will be stepped on soon. You know, and Daisy is just sitting there looking stupid. She's the one that was trying to talk to Kristina, trying to get Kristina to see good in what DOD did and was doing, and trying to get Kristina to see that Shiloh is this man that he's not, you know, and that everybody's lying on him. But Kristina already knows the truth, Daisy. There's nothing else that you can say, you know, no matter how innocent you may look, and really she may be innocent and just a lost soul, but there's nothing you can say to Kristina, honey. You need to get a new horizon. You need to wake up and get a new dawn, as Shiloh likes to say, because this man is working the mess out of you, girl. Sis, you need to free yourself. And Kristina, like I said, she's pissed. She rants on to Sonny about, you know, about Shiloh being free. She's upset about it. Sonny lets her know, look, just calm down. Do not let this man take your happiness away from you. Don't give him that much power. And Christina's like, you're right. You know, I can't wait to be able to testify against him. I can't wait to be able to be the reason, one of the reasons, and have my hand in one of the reasons why he ends up locked up, you know, behind bars and never gets to see daylight. I'm waiting for that day. And so those were nice scenes. But she does ask Sonny to make sure that Shiloh doesn't disappear. You know, basically she doesn't want Jason to knock Shiloh off. She wants him to be able to stand in front of court. And Sonny gives her that much, you know. And I just was saying, this is a new Sonny for us, because Sonny usually, he wants to see people dead. If they've crossed him or his family, they're dead. Not with Shiloh, because he cares that much about his daughter and what she wants. He's not going to kill this man. He's going to let the courts handle everything. But since when has the legal system ever worked in Port Charles? I guess we'll see what happens. So Sonny calls Jason to let Jason know that Shiloh is out on bail, just so he won't be blindsided. And as they get that call, who shows up? Shiloh. And Shiloh is talking to Drew about him being Drew's oldest friend and how he went out of his way to help Oscar. And Drew is like, dude, you did not help Oscar. You manipulated him pretty much. You know, stop talking about my son and leave before I make you leave, you know? And Shiloh, like, I don't know if he thought that he was going to be able to manipulate Drew. Like, come on now, this man see right through you, man. There's nothing else you can say. You completely manipulated Oscar in the time where he, like, Oscar was vulnerable. He was dying, and that man took advantage of him to get his hands on some shares that don't even belong to him. You know, either way, they're going to be tied up in court for years. We did have a brief scene with Elizabeth and Hayden, and Elizabeth asked where Jax was. And Hayden's like, look, he don't have to accompany me everywhere I go. You know, we're not even that deep in a relationship like that. And then she asks where Finn is. And Elizabeth was like, why would Finn show up here? And Hayden says, well, you know, you guys are colleagues. You guys are really good friends as well. Like, it's not uncommon for him to come to your child's birthday party, you know. But Hayden definitely has an agenda, you guys. I kind of wish that they would speed her little storyline up, at least for us to see what's going on, because we've just been catching her in filler scenes. Like, we haven't really gotten an actual scene with her and finding out what's going on with her. You know what I'm saying? We still don't know where the baby's at. And that's what I'm really trying to figure out. Where is the baby, Hayden? Where is the baby? And also we have a scene between Shiloh and Harmony. I'm trying to see how Shiloh was even able to get in to see Harmony. You know, with everything going on with legalities and stuff like that, he was able to visit her. It just seems crazy to me. Really, GH? Really? I don't know. But he basically is trying to manipulate her. And at first I thought she was going to let him do it. But you guys, Harmony stood strong. She's like, you know what? I'm not blind anymore. I see you for who you are. There's nothing else you can say to me. I'm going to protect my daughter. I'm going to protect my grandson. You know, he was trying to say, look, recant your statement and I'll help you get out of this situation that you're in. We'll even raise your grandchild together. And remember, that was all Harmony wanted at first, and he pretty much played her. So now the joke's on him, you know. So I'm happy that old girl stood her ground. I'm like, finally, she's being serious. She sees this man for who he is. So that was good. And then we have a scene today between Harmony and Ryan, where Harmony, she works as, I guess, a librarian in the jail system, and she's putting away books, and she happens to see the DOD book. So the first thing she was going to do was throw it in the trash. Well, Ryan said, and he's like, look, why would you get rid of a perfectly good book? And she says, it's no good at all. And Ryan says, well, you know what? I would like to read it just to find out for myself. So he takes the book and he's like, tell your cellmate Nell I said hi. So I don't know what's going to come out of that and what the purpose of Ryan getting his hands on this DOD book was. I don't know. I guess we'll find out. We also have a flashback, you guys, of freaking Shiloh when he was in Afghanistan and he was laying on a cot, bloodied up, bruised, and then Drew comes up in the face of Steve Burton, because remember, he used to look like Jason, and he's waking Shiloh up. So I don't know what's going on there either. Like, I'm ready for them to see if they're not going to get Drew to recover his memories. Like, yeah, start opening up to us viewers through Shiloh. We want to know what happened, what's going on with this Shiloh character, what Drew possibly knows on him, anything. That was all from yesterday's episode. You guys let me know how you felt about it. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I felt like it wasn't much to it, but it was definitely interesting. Don't forget, big thumbs up, like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell to receive notifications when I upload videos. And without further ado, I will see you later. Bye.
I finally made my mind, know that I can't go back broke. They saying that my time up, my back against the ropes. I hustle, got my grind, know that when I make the most. I had faith every night and I never lost no hope.